Good afternoon. Здравствуйте. Меня зовут Марк Трегер, депутат городсовет. I am here, Councilor Mark Traeger, also joined by my colleagues in government who are together responsible working with the family of Valerie Savinkin to pay respect to an extraordinary human being. I want to acknowledge, we'll hear from shortly as well, a person that knew Valerie very well, had the honor of working with him. I'm very grateful for his leadership in our community. We'll hear from him shortly. Congressman Hakeem Jeffries. Thank you, Congressman, for your leadership and being here. I want to acknowledge also my colleague in the City Council who actually were in his district and was very helpful, in his office, very helpful in working with all of us to make sure that this day was possible. I want to acknowledge and thank, we'll hear from shortly as well, Councilman Hein Deutsch. And I'm going to go through the list of thank yous, but I just want to say a few words. Just because it's about Valerie. First of all, Valerie was a son of Odessa, but he was also a pillar and a leader here in southern Brooklyn. I note that in his history, Valerie was a teacher on Ullice, something that was very dear to him. I appreciate that because I was also a teacher, something that I will never forget. He also made the courageous decision with his beautiful wife, Valentina, to come to this country. And I have to say that when I first got to know Valerie was through an experience that was very emotional and sobering. I will never forget when Valerie did outreach in our community to pay respect to all of the lives that were lost in 9/11. And he was so dedicated to making sure that all of the victims and survivors grouped together, that I will never forget his leadership in making sure that there was a memorial, that making sure that we never forgot all of the pain, the lives that were lost here in our community. Not many of our people could always travel to Lower Manhattan to pay respect, even though that's solemn, sacred ground. But there were so many lives here in this neighborhood that were taken from families in our community. So yes, he lost his son. We lost his son. Our community suffered great loss. So I want to thank all of you for being a part of this special ceremony. I want to also just thank the NYPD, the 60th Precinct, for their work in making sure that this event is safe. But let me introduce someone who has been a true champion for our neighborhood. He represents us in Washington, D.C., but he never forgets us because he's always here. He's always here. His office, Valerie was a part of his family. The loss was personal to our congressman as well, and to his office team. Someone who made sure to support our community's needs of affordable housing, to make sure that we continue to support the state of Israel, to support the causes and needs here in our community. Someone who has worked hard to make sure that we never forget the first responders who lost lives and saved lives on 9/11, that we never forget the victims and the survivors from that day. someone who really needs no introduction, but has been a champion and a partner and a friend to our community. Please welcome Congressman Hakeem Jeffries.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's an honor and a privilege to be with you on this very special occasion, and certainly thankful to my good friend and colleague, Mark Traeger, who does such a phenomenal job on behalf of the neighborhoods of the Coney Island Peninsula, and is the strongest advocate you can possibly ask for, and friend and partner in government. And of course, to my other dynamic colleague in government, Chaim Deutsch, I'm thankful to you and for your partnership together in conferring upon Larry this tremendous and well-deserved honor. I'm thankful that so many people have come out today in honor of the life and the legacy that Larry left behind. I'm thankful to his family, Valentina, to his daughter, Galina, and to the entire family for sharing Larry with us and with the community. And we know that he was a man of the community. He was a good man. He was a well-educated man. He was a family man. He was a community man. He cared deeply about people. And so for several years, it was just an honor and a privilege for Larry to be a part of the congressional team that we have here on the ground in Brooklyn. And he was a tremendous voice for all people, but of course particularly had deep affection for the Russian-speaking Jewish community that I'm privileged to represent in Congress. In fact, I represent more members of the Russian-speaking community in the United States Congress than any other member of the House of Representatives. And so I was proud of that fact, continue to be, and Larry was central to that, along with Ludmilla from our staff who is here with us today. Let me just say about Larry's son. And we know he had great love and affection for Odessa, his hometown, and that's where he met and married his college sweetheart. And some, I think, rightfully refer to this part of town as Little Odessa, and we would refer to Larry as the mayor of Little Odessa. Although many of us on the staff would also refer to Larry in a different way. He was dynamic, he was debonair, he was dashing. As an individual, we would often call him smooth operator, because he was such a tremendous force of nature on behalf of the community. But he didn't ruffle any feathers, notwithstanding the fact that he was a firm advocate for this community. He was a smooth operator, beloved by everybody. I'm so thankful for the time that we had working together. I'm a better person, a better Congress member, a better man because of the friendship that I was able to develop with Larry. I'm thankful for him, or as he would encourage me to say, spasiba. Thankful to the community. May God continue to bless his memory. May God bless this Brayton Beach community. May God bless Israel. May God bless the United States of America. And congratulations.
I want to call up next not just my colleague, but my friend. Someone who actually does represent the Brayton Beach community. I represent the beach and boardwalk, which is nice. But representing the people is pretty cool. It's awesome. And he has done a phenomenal job of representing the Brayton Beach portion, which his district covers even more neighborhoods. But he has been a true friend to the Russian-speaking community, and a true leader in this community, and a true leader in Brayton, and had a lot of respect for Valeriy, his family, was supportive, and you'll hear how he actually helped lead fund the memorial out of respect for the
the 9/11 family group, and how he worked with the Parks Department to make sure that they got it done, and how he takes care and personally invest time in the maintenance out of respect for Valeriy, out of respect for all of the families that were impacted by 9/11. And he was very instrumental in making this day possible as well. Let's please welcome and give thanks to my colleague, Councilman Chaim George.
Thank you all very much. I actually have notes here, but I'm not going to read it. I'm going to speak from the heart. I just want to say in April of 1945, there was liberation of Buchenwald. And at that time, there was one chaplain, a rabbi. His name was Rabbi Schachter. And he asked permission to go into the barracks and to let the people know that they are liberated. When he walked into the barracks, he still saw smoke, smelled flesh burning, saw mounds of dead bodies all over the place. And he met this American lieutenant and asked the lieutenant of the United States Army, are there any people still alive? Are there any Jews still alive? As he was going from barrack to barrack screaming, "Die bist frei, die bist frei," which means you are free, you are free. As he goes walking around, he had those that couldn't walk follow behind him and go from barrack to barrack, letting people know that they are free. He noticed a movement amongst a mount of dead bodies. He saw a child. He walked over to the child, bent down, and picked that child up. He asked the child, "What is your name?" And the child responded, "My name is Lula." He asked the child, "Lula, how old are you?" The child responded, "I am 7 years old, but what does it make a difference? Because I am older than you." And the rabbi, with a smile on his face, asked the child, "Why do you think that you, a 7-year-old child, is older than me?" And the 7-year-old Lulek responded, "Because I have not cried for years. I have not smiled for years, and I can't cry anymore. And you could smile and cry like a child." This Lulek immigrated to the state of Israel, and he ended up being the chief rabbi of Tel Aviv. The best revenge that we can have against the Nazis, against those who want to destroy the Jewish nation, is to educate the future generations and those who survived, like little Lulek, to make sure that they retell the stories of the atrocities that happened during the Holocaust. Valery Savinkin was that leader. He was a founder of the Holocaust Memorial Committee, where he helped educate those to remember the 6 million Jews and the 1.5 million children who perished during the Holocaust. Valery Savinkin was the one who made sure that 9/11 memorial at Assalini Park was constructed to let the world know and to let New York City remember those thousands of people that perished during 9/11. Valery Savinkin was the one who reminded us about Odessa,
about the atrocities that happened during the Holocaust and those beautiful moments that we have to feel that hope and to bring back those arts and culture to the people of Brighton Beach, to the people of Brooklyn, and to the people of the city of New York. So it's fitting for us today to stand here today in the corner of Brайтон Бич Авенue, Coney Island Avenue, to rename the streets after Valery Savinkin. One individual who made sure that we remember the memories of millions of people throughout the world, throughout the United States of America, throughout New York City, and throughout our beautiful borough of Brooklyn. It's my honor to represent the 48 council districts, to represent Brайтон Beach, to represent the largest Russian-speaking community outside of Russia, to be here today standing proudly with the family of Savinkin, colleagues, members of the community leaders, to rename the street after Valery Savinkin. God bless the United States of America. God bless the state of Israel. God bless our Holocaust survivors. And God bless the residents, the 8.6 million residents of the city of New York. Thank you.
But I want to say, as the congressman noted, to thank his family for sharing him with our community. And I want to share with you one of the many gifts he left behind, who will continue to carry the torch on the Savinkin family and be a leader and pillar in our community. Please welcome Valerie's daughter, Galina Savinkin.
Hi everybody, my name is Galina. As many of you know, I'm Valerie's daughter. Today is a very, very proud occasion for my family and I. It's very special to have my dad's name here. He lived just a block away and he advocated for this community for such a long time and with all his heart. And my mother and I are very, very proud of this. I don't know if any of you know, but my dad had a dream of putting my brother's name on a street corner for many years. But this is something that you have to vote on. And he was told that you can only do it for someone who advocates for the community, does things for the people of that community. And little did my father know, little did we know, that he was one day going to be on that street corner. So, as usual, my dad gets his way. I really want to thank the politicians and the local politics that made this happen. As I said, this is something that you have to vote on. And by what I was told by our Megan, this was a unanimous vote. And this vote happened in a matter of minutes. And that says a lot about who my father was. Everyone agreed, and everyone agreed quickly that my dad earned the right to have a street named after him. And that's something that my mom and I are very proud of. I also want to thank all of you. I really want to thank you for coming out and for having enough respect for my dad and his legacy to come and support and be here. I'm sure my father is somewhere here and he's very happy to see all of you. He's smiling down at us. I want to thank my mom. I want to thank my mom for being with my dad for so long and for supporting him through everything and being his better half. I want to thank my grandparents for raising such an amazing man. My dad was an incredible person, and I don't just say this because he's not here. I would say the exact same thing if he was standing right next to me, because that's how I always talk about it. And most of all, I want to thank him. I want to thank my father. I want to thank him for being such an amazing dad to me, for raising me the way that he did, for all our fights, you know, and I didn't want to thank him that much, but I want to even thank him for that. You know, he has taught me so much. He has taught me how to be a good person. You know, us as parents, all we want is our kids to grow up to be good, kind, intelligent people, and my father did that. He did that with lives, he did that with me. And I want to thank my father for his passion. You know, my father was very passionate. He put so much time and effort into the memory of those that came before us. He did that in many ways. He did that with the 9/11 family group, where he advocated for the memory of my brother and so many others. He did that in the Holocaust Memorial, where he advocated for all the Jews that we lost and all our ancestors. He did that in the Odessa community of New York, where he advocated for adessitov that came before us and celebrated their lives. And I think that my dad very much earned the right for us to have as much passion to remember him and in his memory and in his legacy. And I plan on doing that for the rest of my life. So thank you so much for coming. I'm so glad that, you know, we have a place here that I can come to, even no matter where my life takes me. I can come here, I can show my son his grandpa's name up there, and it's something that I'm really, really proud of, and so is my mother. Thank you so much for coming. Thanks.
Please welcome Harry King.
So, Valery Savinkin right now is very, very happy. He's looking at us and saying, this is beautiful day, great weather, and very appropriate place to rename a street. Each time we wanted to see Valery Savinkin, we calling him, he said, let's meet at this corner. So that's exactly the place he wanted to meet everybody. And one of the reasons why he likes this location, because across the street was corner that Congressman Hakeem Jeffries always had his Congress on Your Corner events, where Valery Savinkin and Lyudmila always and other staff members of congressional office help people with everyday problems. Today I represent New York City Controller Scott Stringer, who many times attended 9/11 memorials at Astor Levy Park, and he told me to express to each one of you not just his condolences but his admiration for Valery Savinkin, because Valery found time for everything. He worked at Far Rockaway, he worked right here at Brayton Beach. He was leader of so many organizations. I can spend several hours just listing them, forget about doing all of this. But he always found time to talk to every person. He found time to help every person who needed his help, because he was a people's person. That's why several people in the community even suggested that he has to run for political office, and he always said no. He always said, I'm not going to run for political office, I'm glad where I am. And by the way, he loved what he was doing. He loved helping Congressman Hakeem Jeffries. He loved to be chairman of Holocaust Memorial Committee. He hosted so many events at Holocaust Memorial Park. He really loved Odessa and Odessa community of New York. He was a person with humor. He liked to laugh, to smile. He liked a lot of jokes, I know that he had Odessa Yudarina, I don't know how to say it in English, you know, but special festival of humor at the Brайтон Bич Boardwalk, because he loved humor. So today we need to smile, because today we will have a street named for the first time in Brooklyn, I believe. For the first time, the street named after the Russian-speaking immigrant from Odessa. Nobody deserved better than Valery Savinkin. Of course, we would love him to be alive. But having this street at this very busy corner, really busy corner, a lot of people will ask questions if they don't know who Valery is, who Valery was, you know, like, and we will tell him how great he was. So this is a great location, great place. And of course, big thanks to Councilman Mark Traeger, Councilman Chaim Deutsch, Congressman Hakeem Jeffries for making it happen. And of course, Community Board Tortina, I know everybody was for it, thank you so much. Valery was a real gentleman. He talked to people, like he treated them not just with respect, but he wanted each time, you know, everybody to feel special, you know. It's a very big quality, you know, of every person. The person who talks to him feels special, you know, being special. So today is a special day today you see even weather is with us, God is with us. So again, thank you for coming. And again, on behalf of controller Scott Stringer, I wanted to say that this community, Brайтон Бич, Russian-speaking community, and everybody who knew Larry Savinkin, we were lucky, and today is a big, huge day. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Larry.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'll try to speak louder so hopefully everybody can hear me. I'm here today, we're all here today to remember the great man, the great community leader, Larry Savinkin. I met Larry and Valentina at the end of September of 2001, and we met with his family right after the tragedy of September 11th. I can't imagine, and you probably can't imagine, how people can function after losing their child. But I can assure you that Larry was the person who didn't pay attention to many things, but one thing he did pay attention was he could maintain his positive attitude and always was open to discussion, open to people. That would strike me first. We worked with him on many projects together, and I can tell you that if you want to describe the characteristic of honesty, integrity, honor, sincerity, you would talk about Larry Savinkin. And that's why he was so admired in this community, not only as a hard worker, but a friend to many of you. It was mentioned here, he was taking part in many organizations. He was president of September 11 Family Group. He worked in the community community board of number 13. Right. He worked as a chairman in He was Odessa community of New York president. So many positions. And he always found time to work with people, work for this community. And that's why it's definitely with hard work of your city council and special councilman Treasurer, councilman Chaim Deutsch and Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, that with their hard work we can see now his name is on the street. He very well deserved it. One more thing I want to mention is that if you look at the old clips of video clips, which Alex created, many of them, and on any events Larry organized, you would always see him smiling. He was always smiling. Any photographs, he's smiling, and I'm pretty sure he's smiling today, looking at us from above, because he knows that he is remembered. I remember him personally as a personal friend. Unfortunately, we had very short time with him, but I appreciate every minute working with him and being his friend. That's about it. Thank you.
I'd like to call up next a personal family friend who knew Larry so well. Please welcome Valentina Negina. Not bad. From North Carolina.
Dear family and friends, gathered here today, I will introduce myself. I'm Valentina Negina. friend in the park, Valeria Savinkin and all 9/11 families. A year ago, the day when Valeriy passed away, we was part of us all. Today is a very significant day. We all are here naming this street, honoring Valeriy's life and his profession as a community leader. And I hope he will remain with us always, as long as we live. We will remember. Thank you.
Please welcome the chairperson of Community Board 13, Joanne Weiss.
Good afternoon, everybody. Our community will greatly miss Larry Savinkin, community activist, board member, and friend to all. Larry's humanity and caring for members of the community was shown in his tireless work, including starting the 9/11 family group. Continue to rest in peace, Larry, and the community will never, ever forget you. Thank you.
We heard before, if there's one thing Larry made sure I knew when I first met him, he wanted me to know that he's from Odessa. One of my favorite songs when I go to a Brайтон Beach restaurant is Ach, Odessa. Знаете эту песню? I hear it all the time. I used to tell my parents, why do people from Odessa love to tell you that they're from Odessa? They say, Marek, of course, they said, Marek, this is one of the classic, iconic cities. I have much love for Odessa. Much love for Odessa. And I know Larry had a lot of love for Odessa. I want to welcome the president of the Odessa community of New York, Igor Kazatsker.
Добрый день, уважаемые дамы и господа. Я для разнообразия немножко по-русски поговорю. Вы не против? Да? А высыл едешь? I will translate. Вы знаете, я хочу предложить всем собравшимся посмотреть на сегодняшнее событие несколько с необычной точки зрения. Я вам сейчас скажу с какой. Все говорили здесь о том, каким Валера был. И что он делал, и как он делал. А я вам хочу сказать, какой он есть. И я хочу сказать, какой он будет, и что он будет делать еще много-много лет вперед. Такая, знаете, историческая перспектива не назад, а вперед. Я сейчас поясню свою мысль. Вы знаете, что у нас уже много лет в Нью-Йорке, в частности в Бруклине, муссируется идея создания музея русской эмиграции. Он создавался виртуальный, создавался такой-сякой. В мастер-театре кое-что было сделано, но, будем надеяться, будет сделано еще больше. У каждого музея есть свои экспозиции, есть свои экспонаты. Так вот, я могу вам сразу смело сказать, что у сегодняшнего музея русской эмиграции уже есть экспонаты уличные, так называемые. Я вам сейчас приведу 3 примера. Staten-Island, улица имени Рассела Тимошенко. Есть такая? Есть такая. Квинси, улица имени Сергея Довлатова. Есть такая? Есть Брагинского, да. И теперь у нас в Бруклине появляется улица Валерия Савинкина. Когда-то великий русский поэт Александр Сергеевич Пушкин написал стихотворение. Я памятник себе воздвиг нерукотворный. Валера Савинкин воздвиг себе памятник нерукотворный, или, говоря сегодняшним модным языком, виртуальный памятник. Так вот эта табличка, которую скоро откроют, это табличка к этому виртуальному памятнику, которая увековечит его навсегда. И я очень хочу, я очень в это верю, что как каждый раз, через 10 лет, через 15, через 20, 50, какой-то бруклинский мальчик или какая-то бруклинская девочка будет назначать свидание и говорить по телефону: я жду тебя на углу Savinkin Way и Бруклин и Брайтон Бич Авеню. Валера будет жить. Спасибо.
I don't see too many signs around our city paying respect to leaders of our community.
or recognizing leaders of our community. And this is just a sign that this means a lot for our hearts, our memories, and the legacy of Larry moving forward. So I want to thank all of you for being a part of this special event. And I'd like to please call up the family to join us. Everyone please join for the official unveiling. Let's please, are you ready to show the sign? Family. Count of three. 1, 2, 3. And the spelling is good.
And Larry was an icon here in Brайтон Beach, and actually not only in Brайтон Beach, for the entire Russian community, Russian-American community throughout the city. He was instrumental in the 9/11 memorial at the Astor Levy Park. He was the chairman of the Holocaust Memorial in Brайтон Beach in Sheepshead Bay, and as well as being part of Odessa, president of Odessa, New York. That's the community. So this sign here, right? There's so many. I could go on and on and on, but this sign here, Valeriy Savinkin Street, will be here forever. So I hope that people who come here in 10 years from now or 20 years from now will look up and question, who is Larry Savinkin? And they will be told that Larry Savinkin was someone who fought, who stood up on behalf of the Russian community, and he was really a true leader on behalf of everyone. So it's really an honor for me to represent the 48 Council District, to be here today, to be part of it, along with my colleagues, Council Member Mark Traeger and Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, and of course my good friend Avi Kagan, who's representing Controller Scott Stringer. So thank you, and it's really from today and on, when we come to this corner, it's all smiles, because we're going to be paying tribute to the life of Larry Savinkin, how he led a positive life, and how he touched the lives of others and made a difference. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.